Oops. Okay. No one likes the before Prince Cinderella. It's depressing. God damn it. No one likes the before Prince Cinderella. It's depressing. Always having to clean after her stepbrothers, obeying their and her stepmother's orders, and taking beatings when it never deemed necessary. At least her stepniece gave her kindness. This Cinderella didn't know if she could take it anymore. She had to get out of there. What if something happened, though? What if she woke up, finding it all a reality instead of a dream? You are watching Ashlyn's Dream Come True. This is part 4. We are continuing the reading of Ashlyn's Dream Come True. I am super psyched, everyone. No, wrong sheet. What are I doing? There we go. Okay, no. Sorry. I'm just trying to remember what I wrote, what I was figuring out last night. Sorry. We are doing the reading of Ashlyn's Dream Come True in this video. This is part 4 again. Okay, so here's the situation. I was actually trying to figure out what to do for Halloween, because it's coming up. I don't even know what I'm going to dress as, even though I do have a wig that's kind of, out and ready for pretty much anything. So, anyways, I figured I might as well try to read an actual ghost story book that I have. But, all the ones that I want to read are either too long, or just not scary enough. The thing is, I'm actually going to be reading 3 of these books on my radio show. So, again, I always leave description links to my other social media in the description below. So you can go ahead and check that out. Because once I finish, because I'm almost done. No, I'm nowhere near done. So here's the thing. I've been trying to figure it out, because originally I was going to stop. My original plan was I was going to stop reading the Rat Prophecy, but that would be doing the same thing that I did with Aquatica, and I don't want to do that, ever. ever. Because when I stopped reading Aquatica to get other stuff done, yikes. I stopped. I hadn't read it for almost a year. I'm not doing that. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue doing the reading of the Rat Prophecy and Ashlyn's Dream Come True. I'm actually pretty close to finishing Ashlyn's Dream Come True. Because this is the third to last video by my calculations. So what I'm going to do is the week of Halloween, the week before the actual Halloween day, because the Halloween day is on Monday, I am going to read parts of a book that I super love, and I'm actually, according to my calculations, I'm going to be finishing it by Halloween. I think. I'm not positive. Yes, no, I remember now, because I was going to set it on, I was going to make sure that I skipped my Dancing Monday stuff on the radio show and change it to the last reading of that particular book. And the book that I'm reading on my radio show is not a family trait. It's actually, it's not similar, but it's inspired by the show Ghost Whisperer. I hope you guys like it. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the main character's scariest moments. Like, the moments where she gets scared, that creeps her out the heck, and I think you guys might like it. Anyways, I need to get to the book, because, again, I'm trying to make sure that the talking before and after the reading is long enough, but also short and sweet. I keep talking about this, I suck at it. Anyways, what happens in Ashlyn's Dream Come True, in the previous reading of Ashlyn's Dream Come True, sorry, is that she got yelled at for talking back to her stepmom, and she got slapped by her stepmom, as well as given a super long list of chores, which was going to be long enough for her to avoid having to go to the ball. Fortunately, this nice elderly woman comes by and shows off the dress and tiara and these clear low-heeled pumps, and they're just beautiful. And that they were originally for the elderly woman's granddaughter. But it turns out her granddaughter got a date with a suitor, which is really nice. But she doesn't get to use the dress. So she decides to give that dress and all the necessities with it, accessories with it, to Ashley. And she is super excited. She sent her stepmom and stepbrothers off to the dance. We stop with her, with the elderly woman insisting that she goes. Yeah. Let's go ahead and start. At least let me repay you for the kindness you have given me. She picked up the tiara and placed it perfectly on the young lady's head. Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. The elderly woman took the dress shoes and then walked up to her. She gasped. The slippers are clear, but it is not glass. What is it? I do not know. I bought the pair at a flea market. The man told me they are a rare pair. Ashley took the shoes from her and put them on. They fit perfectly. After that, the elderly woman helped her fix her hair and cleaned her face. Ashley was now ready for the ball. They talked for a while until the carriage arrived. The elderly woman smiled before turning towards the fair lady. The carriage awaits. Since I am to stay here and help you, you should take the carriage. I have no use for it now. I have no money. How am I to pay for it? I will take care of that. She then gently helped Ashley to the carriage. Afterward, she talked to the coachman. He had a caring smile on his face when she walked away. He flicked the reins and drove the carriage to Sir Edric's house. As Ashley was on her way to the ball, Sir Edric was already dancing. He wore a dashing, orchid purple suit. Edric felt as if he was wet clay, though, moving only when necessary to the music. Now and then he would raise his arm, beckoning his right-hand man to bring the next maiden. One particular maiden looked very pretty in every way. The right-hand man led her to the good sire. She curtsied beautifully. She and Sir Edric then began to dance. Good sir, how was your travels? My travels did not go smoothly. Is that so? Her eyes widened with concern. I love adventure. If my travels did go smoothly, I would have a dreary time. Life is about taking risks. When the maiden wasn't looking, he raised his arm. The fair maiden was taken away, as another took her place. There are many beautiful women here, his mother noted. He will find a bride tonight, I am certain. If he does not? He looked at his wife. This ball will never end. She gave him a look. After Sir Edric danced with a few more maidens, he took a break from dancing and walked up to his parents with a long face. How are you enjoying the ball, my dear? I fear I am fatigued, mother. Fatigued? At your age? Father, you do not understand. This ball is like a dream I cannot wake up from. It is more like a contest than a ball. How so? All these fair maidens are here for a prize, and I am the prize. There he stood for a while longer in silence. Before he talked to his parents, Ashley had arrived. She was nervous to enter the grand house. That was when the coachman spoke. Miss Ashley, he called. She looked up at him. Be ready to leave by midnight. Her eyes widened. I won't forget, she said, smiling her thanks. She turned and walked up the stairs. Within minutes, She was at the top of the stairs of the big ballroom. The orchestra slowed down after she had appeared. The guests stopped dancing to see why they stopped. Everyone looked at her. She certainly outshined every maiden at the ball. "Don't trip! Don't trip!" she continued thinking. Sir Edric looked up at the top of the stairs and saw her. Ashley slowly walked down the stairs, afraid to trip. Ashley slowly walked down the stairs. He walked toward her. She held in a breath when she saw him. He was the same man who almost trampled her with his horse. They were soon face to face. Sir Edric couldn't help but admire the way she looked. She curtsied timidly. "How do you do, good sire?" They looked at each other in the eyes. He loved her nervous gray eyes. Ashley felt frozen. She started having second thoughts and retreating. Edric took her hand in position before kissing it. "Would you like to dance?" She shivered in excitement and nodded. The next second, they danced the waltz on a cleared dance floor. Everyone had made room for them. Ashley's natural, graceful dancing had made their waltz even more enchanting. The orchestra played music along with them. "Who is that young woman?" his father asked. His wife sitting next to him leaned toward him from someone who had whispered to her. "No one seems to know. She is stunning, is she not?" "She's so graceful, so beautiful," he whispered, as if under a trance. His wife looked at him. He glanced at her. "She does seem a little plump, though." "Yes, dear," she said with a faint smile. Ashley and Edric passed her stepfamily as they continued dancing. "I've never seen her before," Cornelius said. "Who on earth is she? Where did she come from?" "There's something quite familiar about that girl," her stepmother muttered. Each stepbrother had a nice maiden on their arms. They were quite pretty. Ashley suddenly thought she saw someone at the corner of her eye. She smiled. It was her niece. Cordelia was surprised the mysterious maiden glanced at her. Ashley winked. She figured out who the mysterious maiden was at once. Cordelia grew excited and gave her a huge smile. Ashley noticed something else, too. "Everyone is staring at us," she whispered. He smiled. "Really?" He chuckled. "I had forgotten we were at my house." She blushed. "For a while I thought I was lost. The night was moving slow. Suddenly you came and made that past, and the nights began to glow. You feel as if you're on air. I can tell with the stars in your eyes. I know I am too, for you've lifted me up to the skies. Oh, in the arms, my love, I'm flying, of a mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down again. For a while I thought I was lost. The night was moving so. Suddenly you came and made that past, and the nights began to glow. I feel as if I'm on air. You can tell with the stars in my eyes. I know you are too, for I've lifted you up to the skies. Oh, in the arms, my love, I'm flying, over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down again. I have found her. I have found him. They danced for a while longer. Edric added moves to their dance, making it even more graceful. They never once took their eyes off each other. They sang together. In the arms, my love, I'm flying, of a mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. Everyone could not take their eyes off the dancing couple. But as the loving silence between them grew, eventually others danced with them. After 5 more minutes of dancing, Ashley and Edric danced their way to the beautifully decorated courtyard. Her stepbrothers, with their maidens, followed not too far behind. The stepbrothers were glaring at her. "What is it with them?" Cornelius grumbled. "At least they're happy," Sterling said. "They do look lovely," the maiden on Cornelius's arm replied. "She's not even a usual girl," the other maiden teased. "She is plump, graceful, and has blonde hair. With very little trouble, I could pull out all her hair." The brothers glanced at each other with shock. Within the passing second, they walked in opposite directions, trading maidens. The maiden Sterling previously had became happier on Cornelius's arm. She even smiled at him. Ashley and Edric were soon back in the ballroom with their eyes glued to each other. Not long after that, they came to his parents' sitting places. His mother and father seemed to be gone. His father lightly tapped on his shoulder. Edric glanced at him. He grew frightened and led Ashley somewhere else in the room. He knew what his father wanted to do. Edric ended up dancing past Ashley's stepmother, who danced with Edric's right-hand man. Good grief. Trying to get a better glimpse of her. The dancing couple eventually wound up near his parents again. At that point of the dance, they had to switch partners. Edric was dancing with his mother, as Ashley was dancing with his father. Oh boy. "I do hope that son of mine is behaving himself," he said with a sly grin. "Yes, Lord Cedric. He is quite the gentleman." She gave him a big grin. "Clearly he is smitten with you. I must say that you arrived by magic. I have never seen him so happy." What is he saying to her?" Edric asked. "Why does it matter?" his mother replied. "You said you weren't positive you would find the girl of your dreams tonight." The switching partners' parts of the dance came again. His mother lightly touched Ashley's hand. She walked her toward their sitting area. "Do we know your mother and father, my dear?" "Oh, I do not think so," she replied nervously. "Where are they then? You must introduce us," the mother insisted curiously. "Well, my father, he's... and my mother..." Ashley turned and discovered her stepmother was a glance away. "I'm sorry, will you excuse me?" She picked up a bit of her dress and hastened off. Edric came up to his mother. "What did you say to her?" She grew speechless. He ran off after Ashley. His father walked up to the speechless mother. "She is wonderful, don't you think?" "Oh, yes, she is. A bit plump, though," she replied with no concern. He agreed. Ashley's weight did not seem to bother them. The fact they saw a merry trance on their son's face during the dance made them happy. His wife saw a strange male dancer not too far off, and he was clueless. "Who is that?" she asked with annoyance. "Kumar, dear." They then walked off back to their seats. "I want to go back to the house," Ashley thought. She was in the courtyard, walking around. Edric hastened around the courtyard, searching for her. "Please, whatever my parents said, I apologize." She turned toward him with surprise. "Don't apologize. They are wonderful, compared to my family." "I want to meet your family." Her eyes widened with fear. "What?" "You do not want to meet them," she said, shaking her head. She paused. "Well, maybe one, but not the rest." He gave her a curious expression. "Besides the one, my family didn't want me coming tonight." Ashley looked down. "I'm glad you did." She blushed and glanced up at him. He nervously smiled. "Truth be told, I almost didn't come myself." She widened her eyes. A sire not coming to his own ball. Don't you think it's a bit royal? All those women dancing around me, as if I am some suitor wanting to be claimed. It is a bit royal. If I am going to spend the rest of my life with someone, she's got to be adventurous, Ashley said excitedly. His eyes danced around with excitement. Also sweet. Not too sweet, I hope. Don't forget, she's got to be someone who you can talk to express how you feel. You are exactly right. He gave her a curious glance. I get the distinct feeling we have met before. Have you been to the tram? She smiled. I do not get out as much. Then you have never gone to the lodge? Up in the mountains? I'm afraid not, she replied, chuckling. I love looking at the mountains. They're beautiful. You are more beautiful than the mountains. She blushed as he paused a moment. Have you been to the lake? She nodded her head. I never learned to swim, but once did I get to go look at the lake. I've lived a pretty sheltered life. He grew excited. So have I. She looked him in the eyes. Every day is the same routine. Until someday you want to run away and never come back, they said at the same time. It stayed quiet for a moment. After that, there was a deep bell ringing somewhere not too far off. Ashley gasped and turned toward the bell. It was a clock tower, letting her know she had half an hour until midnight. She turned toward Sir Edric. I need to go, she whispered. Ashley turned to walk off, but he stopped her. Must you go? I thought we were having a fun time. She smiled faintly. I am having too much fun. Ashley was quiet, with a heavenly look. This is the most beautiful night I have ever had, she whispered. Edric placed a hand on her cheek. I must say, I've never felt like this before. The music the orchestra played grew louder and echoed through the courtyard. They could hear it. Ashley closed her eyes, feeling the warmth of his hand on her cheek. He came closer and kissed her forehead. She opened her mouth before harmonizing her voice with the orchestra's music. There's something in the air tonight, something so mystifying and breathtaking. I wonder, are you thinking the same as I? For you are too lovely for me. Are you part of a dream that I cannot wake? Or is this too real for me to take? I wonder, am I thinking the same as you? For you are too lovely too. Are you part of a dream that I cannot wake? Or is this too real for me to take? They then sang together. There's something in your eyes, telling me no lies. This is one night I'll never forget. One night I know I'll never regret. They embraced each other in a hug, standing there for what felt like eternity. A deep bell rung loud and in count. With a gasp, Ashley looked at the clock tower. It was midnight. She looked back at Edric. I must go, she whispered. His eyes widened. I'm sorry. She placed a hand on his cheek and then kissed him on the forehead. He kissed hers in return, holding her tight and close. The enchanted lady leaned toward his lips. One more count of the bell, though, reminded her she had to leave. With a gasp, Ashley pulled away to grasp a bit of her dress. She ran off through the courtyard. Sir Edric raced after her. "Wait! How do I contact you? I don't know your name!" As they raced through the ballroom, people stared at them. "Wait!" Ashley was faster than him. She went very fast, going up the stairs. She was going so fast, she didn't watch where she was going. As she ran down the stairs from the front door, Ashley tripped and fell on the hard ground. She cried out and looked down at her feet. The coachman from her carriage saw what happened. He got out of his seat, helped her up, and led her to the carriage. She limped on her way, entering her ride. "Hurry!" He sat back down and flicked his reins. As the carriage rode off, Sir Edric appeared, watching it fade in the distance. He closed his eyes before looking down in disappointment. The good sire grew curious when he saw a clear dancing shoe. He picked it up and looked in the direction Ashley rode off. "I will find you," he whispered fiercely. Ashley arrived home with minutes to spare before her stepmother's arrival. Quickly, she changed out of her ball gown and into her regular outfit, placing the tiara and single shoe in a secret place and the gown somewhere else. She found the house in tip-top condition. Every one of her chores was finished. The elderly woman had gone. She couldn't find her anywhere. And that is where I'm going to stop, everyone. Mind blown. Oh. Oh man, that is fast action paced. That was fast action paced. Oh man, amazing. So, what do you think of the book so far? I mean, I know we're pretty much close to the climax. I mean, really, that bell right there is where where the climax begins. But still, what do you guys think? Do I need to change anything? I still feel like I didn't do much character development or even background story for the stepmother and stepbrothers. I didn't really explain how her dad died. I never really got to that. I don't know. But, where did I put that packet? Hang on, guys. Since I am going to be reading Not a Family Trait, on the week before Halloween Day, I think I might as well I think I might as well read the description of the book to you guys. It's actually a really great description. Wait, I had a better one. No, I kept it as is. I think I kept it as is. Let me try to find it. I don't know why I was having difficulty. I have written so many books, guys. the last time I counted was, I guess, 3-4 months ago. And it turns out I've written 60 books, 60 books, since 2004? Yeah, since 2004. It's been 12 years, guys. My gosh. I cannot believe how much I've written. I'm still amazed that my imagination is still growing. My imagination is still growing, and that's including the sexual worlds. Oh my gosh. Why did I say that? Anyways, here we are, guys. The book that I'm going to read for the Halloween week before the actual Halloween day is called Not a Family Trait. And here's the description for it. Wait. Hang on, guys. I'm going to see if this description is different from the one that I'm using on blogtalkradio.com. It's just going to take 1 second. Alright, it turns out it is different, and I printed it out, thankfully, because, goodness, I have an email to my printer. Anyways, I'm going to read that, and then after that I'm going to head out, guys, because, seriously, this video is getting too long. Loosely based on Ghost Whisperer, this story is of a young girl who must deal with a newly gained skill. This, of course, happened when the ghostly form of her mother brings her back to life from a death-defying experience. Melissa Garrison has to deal with all the ghosts she sees, even the dangerous ones. How unfortunate she must go through this alone. After all, it was not a family trait. See how nicely done that is? I'm actually going to go through that document today. I have a document where I have, like, alternative descriptions of those that I've read on my radio show. I actually should go through them and find out which of those I want to keep as the actual story description. My story description writing skills have improved, and I'm actually really good at them now. So, I'm actually looking forward to it. Alright, so I am going to bid you all adieu, everyone. Mwah! I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am the Esperanza. I am the Esperanza 3, signing out. I flubbed way too many times. Even during the singing. Terrible.